Well, people, you knew that with the anniversary of the eclipse, April 8th from 2024, that today, April 8th, 2025, there would be something on the horizon. I said that in an earlier video. And so here we are. 3 unalived in shooting near Fredericksburg, Virginia, authorities say. 3 others were wounded in the shooting, which occurred on a suburban street in Spotsylvania County, about 60 miles southwest of DC. Now, people, the clues are there. I didn't have any problem doing this. And I'm shaking my head like, okay, what's next? And you might ask, what do I mean, what's next? Well, they haven't found the people who did it. 3 unalive and 3 wounded, 3-3, there you go. Let's dive deep. I am Friend Shot Pearson. Welcome new subscribers. Friend Shot Blue. We teach the 5 C's of clues, codes, colors that complement your time and conclusion. As you can see, right there in the window, something has went down. And you can also see the red and the black. Red and black is sacrifice. It speaks without speaking. And that's how I teach. There's nothing wrong with the colors. You can wear them. It's just that the powers, they speak through the colors. Now, what is really going on here? I'm going to give you a clue ahead of time, something I usually don't do. But this is all about sacrifice. And it's got Donald J. Trump written all over it when it comes down to the numbers. It doesn't necessarily mean he has anything to do with it. It just means the old school way of speaking is that when you want progression of someone, you do a dirty deed so they can accomplish their objective. And what is the objective right now? The objective is a one world system, a one world order, to crash the economy, to have a WAR, all those things. I speak very frank on the channel, but I got to. You see, the Lord is coming soon. These are the last days, and these are the signs. And these are the birth pains, the contractions, and they're happening more relatively. That is, they're happening more often. Oh yeah, Matthew 24, Daniel, Ezekiel, Revelation, they're all speaking. And I want to tell you, don't you fear, just understand we're one day closer to the coming of our Lord. Now let's get into it. 3 people were unalived and 3 others were injured in a shooting on a suburban street just outside Fredericksburg, Virginia, on Tuesday. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff Office said. Spotsylvania, wow. I think about Transylvania when I think about that. The shooting was reported around 5:30 p.m. on Old Greenwich Circle, a loop of modest townhouses in Spotsylvania County, about 60 miles, of course, southwest of Washington, D.C. We'll skip down here. We still have an active ongoing investigation with no suspects in custody, Major Scott said. Residents who live on or near Old Greenwich Circle were urged to stay indoors. I'll keep scrolling down. I want you to know that they said a student had called around 6:30 p.m. after leaving class to alert them to the shooting and the shelter-in-place advisory. When I see 6:30, I think of 3 6s, 666, like Mark of the Beast, like it's all code. Book of Revelation. Let's go into some information. Here we have a law officer here. I'll let her tell it. This just came out.
Everyone ready? Yeah. Audio, script, your first and last name.
Major Elizabeth Scott, ELIZAVETHSCOTT, with the Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office. At this point, we received a call, multiple calls at 5:30 p.m. from the area of Old Greenwich Circle, which is in Spotsylvania County, in reference to multiple shots that were fired. Upon deputies' arrival, they found multiple gunshot victims. 3 of the victims were confirmed deceased on scene. 3 other victims were transported to local hospitals. It is still a very fluid scene. Multiple investigators are still there trying to determine who the suspects were and what the motive is. At this point in time, I don't know that we have any suspects in custody. So we're asking the public to please stay clear of the area, let the investigators do their job, and stay inside their homes.
Is this still considered an active shooter situation?
At this point, because we do not have anybody in custody, it is still considered.
Still considered ongoing. Another reporter here.
Bill, the actual scene is off the 400 block of Old Greenwich Circle. That's about a quarter of a mile south of where I'm standing on Lafayette Boulevard. As you said, this is the staging area right now for law enforcement. They've got about 50 officers back here in the Sheetz parking lot. About an hour to an hour and 15 minutes ago, shots rang out in this area. Sources telling us and deputies confirming that 3 people have been shot and killed, 3 others shot and taken to a hospital. My sources tell me some of those victims are children that have been shot. We don't know the ages as of yet. We're working to get that information. Right now, here on scene at the command center, they have a drone up in the air. They have a helicopter that's hovering over there. I'm not sure if that's a DC chopper for a TV station or if that's state police. I can't really see it, but they've got a drone flying. They've got a chopper in the air. They've got Fredericksburg police out here, Spotsylvania police, and several unmarked units here in the scene. I was told by a source within the sheriff's department
To keep his head on a swivel. All right, let me get into this decode right quick. They say Spotsylvania. Spotsylvania comes out to 47. What is the odds? Spotsylvania. That's where it's located. 47. Trump is the 47th president. Then Fredericksburg. It's also called Fredericksburg, right? Fredericksburg, Virginia, comes out to 74. Remember, America was born July 4th, 1776. And then in reverse, Fredericksburg is 88. Trump's text number is 88022. Seems like nothing changes, right? From week to week, we get these same decodes. So we know it's sinister, don't we? Then look, Virginia. Virginia became part of the United States June 5th of 1788. June 5th. Watch how this comes out. Virginia is number 10 to join the Union of the USA. Why is that important? 10. Remember, 1 year ago on this day, April 8th, a X came across the world. A X. X is the 24th letter of the alphabet in our numerical system. But 10 in the Roman numerals is what? That's also X. How fitting that in Virginia we have 3 unalive and 3 wounded. 3 is Masonic, is it not? And 10 for Roman. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Roman. I've said in many videos, Trump reminds me of who? The Roman Empire leader, Julius Caesar. So this is fitting. 10, Virginia. Why is Virginia going through this right about now? To me, because it's all planned. Now look, here's the date Virginia became part of the United States, 6/25, anniversary of 2025. Subtracted from today, 4/8 of 2025. What's the difference? 78. What's Trump's age? 78 years old. See, Trump is 78 years old. Taking the date, simple, right? Taking the date that Virginia became part of the United States, anniversary, subtracted from today's date, you get Trump's age, 78. How's that happen? Then look at this here. 625 again, Virginia's anniversary. Subtracted from Trump's birthday, 614. The difference is what? 50 and 5. What's the 55? Julius Caesar was 55 years old when he became unalive. He was stabbed to death. That's right. History is going to repeat itself, but it's going to be a dummy. They want us to go into social unrest. So they're going to unalive somebody. You know who it's going to be, but it's going to be a dummy. Everything's fake and everything's a lie on that level. They're staging it because they want to throw us in social chaos. They're reliving history. Trust me. Then look at this. 625, Virginia again. Subtracted from 1122. Who is that? That's Kennedy. Kennedy's death date, JFK's death date, is 1122. The difference is 216. What is 216? What if I told you the 216th day of the year was August 4th and Barack Obama, his birthday is August 4th? What a coincidence that you can take Virginia's anniversary date of 625, subtracted from Kennedy, who was unalive back in the day, who is Trump's favorite president, JFK, and get who? Barack Obama. I'm bringing this up for a reason because I did a video on JFK earlier, which I'll show you in a second. 1122 is his death date. That is JFK. Now watch this here. You've got 3/3 of 2026. What is that? 3/3. I'm forgetting my logic here. What is 3/3, Pearson? I forgot already. Okay. Oh. 3/3. I think that was in relation to when they became, we're there. What else we got? Put that back up there. Oh. 3/3 people. It was 3 people unalive and 3 people wounded. They talking code. When they give these newscasts, they talking code. 3 unalive, and 3 in the hospital. I took it literally. 3/3 of 2026 next year versus today's date, 4/8 of 2025, gives you exactly 47 weeks. Not a day longer. Look, 47 weeks. This is how you decode. You got to figure it out for what they're trying to tell you. 3 unalive and 3 wounded. March 3rd, subtracted from April 8th, gives you 47. What are the odds? Who's the 47th president? It's deep. It's Trump. Now, let me show you guys something. I did a video earlier. Don't get a chance? Watch it. This is a deep video. It took me 7 days to do this. Remember they had the situation in Florida last week where they had a 22-year-old kid and he was in an argument with a boat manager. Remember that? They were on a boat and the guy stepped on the boat, and what did he do? He went after the kid. He didn't hit him, he just verbally was on there. And then the guy wound up being arrested. I believe this situation was a reenactment of PT 109. PT 109 back in the day. You see, with this situation that you're looking at right now, this guy said that the kid and his friend were in the way late at night and they couldn't see him because they didn't have the lights on, and he could have hit him with his boat and he would have been unalive. That's what he was trying to tell him, and they got back and forth arguing. Well, guess what? JFK, President JFK, he was in a boat. He was a lieutenant in a boat called PT 109, and the Japanese ship hit and broke his boat in two. I believe they reenacted that thing. It's deep. It's a deep video. Please watch it. Please watch it. In the background, you're going to see what I believe are the words Kennedy. It's a deep video. It's a deep video. Please check it out. Please support. I'm kind of exhausted this week because it took me a long time to decode the thing, but please watch it. Nobody else is reporting this. God gave it to me, and I'm just sharing it with you. to let you know they're telling us stories in the last days. It is about a crash, a boat crash. What is the money doing right now with the tariffs? The markets are crashing. Do you feel me? It's deep. I'm Friendshot Pearson. If you like the channel, go to Friendshot Blue. If you want to support, click on my portrait. Then click on More. I have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and PayPal. I also have a P.O. box if you can afford it. If you can't, it's cool. I'll pray for you, pray for me. We go by faith. We go by faith. Remember, Jesus is coming soon. Thank you guys in advance, and thank you for everything. Thank you for your support. Please watch the videos and share them. These are once upon a time video decodes. Nobody else is doing it like this. It's deep. Thank you.